house at dawn, before the baker turns the corner square. Old friend, the winter coat is folded down, and mothballs heavy in the cedar chair. We watch the maples lose their velvet weight, when autumn heavy-handed paved the lane. Now sparrow feathers crowd the garden slate, and window panes forget the needle rain. Remember how we counted chimney smoke to guess which hearth was burning cherry wood, before the telephone receiver broke and time became a thing that understood. Take up your cane and match my measured stride. The paving stones are dry enough to trust. We'll walk where garden lilacs open wide, and leave the parlor clock to gather dust. The corner grocer sweeps the sidewalk clean and hangs the open sign of bottle green. Old friend, the season turns without a sound and leaves us sitting safely on the ground. The smell of damp pine and wet wool fills the road as Arthur walks slow with his heavy wool load. He counts every fence post, he pauses at 3 to tip his old hat to the chestnut tree. The clover is turning from purple to brown, while leaves start their falling all over the town. A sparrow sits quiet on rusted tin wire and dreams of the heat from a parlor fire. Old Martha is sweeping the gravel apart. She listens so close to the beat of her heart. The valley is fading in gold and in gray, before the first frost takes the color away. Seasons will turn like the pages of books. They hide in the corners and quiet old nooks, and nobody stops to ask where the time went when autumn arrives with its cedar and mint. So Arthur and Martha go inside to rest. The sun dips low down in the quietest west. They close up the shutters and bolt up the door, till winter walks softly across the plank floor. A stray thought drifting through the falling dusk, about the porch board rotting in the damp, and how the autumn rusted out the pump. Old maples drop their amber on the tin. A stray cat picks a path across the wall. The weather turns without a word to say, and shadows stretch across the garden bed. The kitchen stove is radiating heat against the chill of early evening frost. A kettle starts to murmur on the ring, while daylight fades along the windowsill. Old maples drop their amber on the tin. A stray cat picks a path across the wall. The weather turns without a word to say, and shadows stretch across the garden bed. The cedar fences leaning toward the yard, where clover used to bloom before the cold. We watch the quiet landscape settle down, and tuck our wool sweaters round our necks. The steam rises slow against the dark glass. Another day is buried in the hill. We lock the heavy wooden door tight shut, and wait for winter to begin its reign. Which way did the swallow turn when the autumn fence fell down? Nobody kept the count of leaves that drifted through the sleeping town. I found a rusted iron key inside a dried up pumpkin shell. It fits no lock I ever knew, nor any door I left to dwell. Old apples drop into the deep untended grass, while shadows lengthen till they touch the window glass. A sudden flock of starlings takes the fading light and leaves the orchard empty for the cooling night. The river water carries twigs from higher up the mountain bend. It never asks where it must go, nor where the chilly currents end. Old apples drop into the deep untended grass, while shadows lengthen till they touch the window glass. A sudden the chimney smoke blow thin and frail. Seasons do not linger when the weather shifts. They leave us only memories and snowy drifts. The kitchen clock ticks softly on the cedar wall. I bolt the heavy wooden door against the fall. Another year has turned its quiet golden page and settled safely into silent middle age. The weight of the chair on the wooden floor reminds me of pacing behind that door. You worried the autumn would stay too long and leave you without a familiar song. The map in your pocket had too much ink. You stayed up too late by the kitchen sink, expecting the winter to bring a sign to straighten the tangled and crooked line. Old letters are fading inside the drawer. We don't need to carry that doubt no more. The garden keeps growing despite the cold, and nothing is ruined, just getting old. I wish I could tell you the sky clears up above every bitter and broken cup. That fields of tall clover return in May to wash all the gray of the storm away. So rest your tired shoulders and breathe it in. The best of the story is yet to begin. Close up the window and turn around and listen right there to the quiet sound. Why did the robin miss the fence today and clip the top of the old pear tree, leaving a feather gray as winter clay to dance alone in the autumn wind free? I walked 3 steps toward the garden gate, forgetting why I held the pruning shear. The parsley bed has grown a bit too late, and October brings that quiet kind of fear. Old boots are drying by the cellar door, while pumpkin skins turn thin upon the lawn. We sweep the porch and wonder what is left. A silver spider web at early dawn. The cider press is resting in the shed, and shadows stretch across the garden bed. Leaves fall without a single word of spite. They touch the grass and settle into sleep. I turn the kitchen latch to lock the night and count the promises I swore to keep. We watch the turning of the maple tree and fold our sweaters for the coming cold. The kettle sings its steady melody as another quiet afternoon grows old. The smell of wood smoke drifts across the road where old man Miller carries his heavy load. He stops to watch the maple leaves turn brown before the first cold wind comes blowing down. He counts the autumn geese flying far away, remembering the words his wife used to say. A red scarf tied around his weathered throat, he buttons up the collar of his winter coat. The walnut tree is shedding every shell. Across the gravel by the wishing well, a squirrel gathers riches for the freeze beneath the canopy of golden trees. He counts the autumn geese flying far away, remembering the words his wife used to say. A red scarf tied around his weathered throat, he buttons up the collar of his winter coat. Seasons turn like pages in a heavy book. He finds a quiet moment in a shady nook. The shadows stretch across the garden bed where summer flowers slowly turn to red. He walks back slowly through the fading light and shuts the wooden door to face the night. The stars appear above the chimney stack, and winter takes the world and holds it back. The screen door rattles twice against the frame before you step across the painted wood. We used to know each neighbor by their first name, and every autumn tasted just like it should. Put your heavy smoke is rising straight and gray across the roof where pigeons used to stay. We have outlived the timers on the kitchen stove, and every narrow path we used to rove. Reach into your pocket for the rusted key. Tell me what you harvested behind the tree. Old friends gather when the maples start to shed leaves of copperland upon the garden bed. We talk about the winters that we managed through, with half a cup of coffee and a view. Remember how the river flooded past the mill? We walked across the bridge and time stood still. Sit beside me till the street lamp starts to glow. We have nowhere else we need to go. The smell of toasted rye and clover tea brought back the porch in 1973. Old Mr. Vance was pruning back the vine, while copper kettles whistled out in line. I set the heavy grocery basket down upon the linoleum of this quiet town. Those dusty boots were standing by the door before the winter chill had claimed the floor. That heavy wool coat hung upon the nail beside the galvanized and rusted pail. A blue jay landed on the garden fence, and time dissolved without a single sense of where the decades went or how they flew, when every single afternoon was new. The kettle settles down upon the stove, rebuilding walls and fences that we wove. The water cools inside the porcelain cup and brings those quiet golden summers up, until the evening shadows start to fall and leave a quiet peace upon the wall. A sudden memory broke the empty air while counting stitches on a rocking chair. I wondered how the maples look in June beneath a pale and lazy afternoon. We will be sitting on the weathered stone with all our heavy worries overthrown, and 50 years will feel like yesterday when all the silver hair has turned to gray. We will watch the autumn swallows leave the wire while the kettle settles softly on the fire, holding hands across the faded gingham cloth, watching shadows dance beside a painted moth. The granddaughter will bring the letters down from dusty boxes gathered in the town. She asks us how we managed through the cold before our hands began to shake and fold. And I will point toward the apple tree that grew so tall for you and me. We planted it the year the river froze and watched it weather every wind that blows. That future day is waiting down the road to share the quiet and to lift the load. We have not reached the final autumn yet, and not a single summer to forget. You said yesterday the shadow reached the well an hour soon, and I forgot to wind the clock before the afternoon. Now the kitchen floor is cool beneath my wool socks, gray and warm, and a spider spins a silver bridge across the garden thorn. The walnut leaves are curling upward toward the turning sky, while wooden baskets wait beside the gate to stack the rye. A single sparrow tests the stillness on the cedar fence, and autumn gathers all the quiet fields in self-defense. A rusted bucket catches drops from underneath the broken spout, while neighbors fold their canvas chairs and lock their porches out. The laundry on the heavy line is stiffening in the chill, and heavy mist is settling low upon the western hill. The walnut leaves are curling upward toward the turning sky, while wooden baskets wait beside the gate to stack the rye. A A single sparrow tests the stillness on the cedar fence, and autumn gathers all the quiet fields in self-defense. Seasons turn without a word to mark the day they start. Just a heavier coat to wear and shadows on the chart. I pull the kitchen curtain shut against the early dark and watch the dying chimney smoke dissolve without a spark. A dried persimmon seed sits right beside the clock. I turn it with my thumb and watch the second block. The autumn air is sharp enough to bite the skin. I wonder where the birds are going out again. Are getting heavy, reading through the news. I fold the daily paper, slipping off my shoes. Leaves are turning yellow in the quiet yard. Time is moving gently, but the ground is hard. Apples in the basket, waiting for the knife. Simple little moments make a quiet life. The shadow on the porch has stretched across the floor. I hear the neighbor's cat scratch lightly at the door. I never was a man who needed much to say. I let the quiet hours slowly slip away. Seasons change their color when the wind blows down the hill. Every passing year is teaching me to just sit still. Leaves are turning yellow in the quiet yard. Time is moving gently, but the ground is hard. Apples in the basket, waiting for the knife. Simple little moments make a quiet life. The tea kettle is singing on the iron stove. I pour another cup of tea and watch the grove. The smell of burnt sugar lingers in the lane where old Mrs. Miller clears the window pane. She watches the chestnut trees begin to shed, laying heavy golden copper on the garden bed. He walks down the gravel with a measured pace, holding up an umbrella just in case. The valley is turning into shades of rust, while the gravel roads settle in the quiet dust. Old coats come out of cedar closets deep. The hillside falls into a sudden autumn sleep. No letters arrive upon the copper tray today, just leaves that the north wind likes to blow away. The church steeple catches the last slant of light, while kitchen stoves clatter for the coming night. Two neighbors are waving from across the stream, like characters moving through a fading dream. The chimney smoke rises straight up to the gray, and another fine season gently turns away. Which way did the wind blow past the well, when the rusted bucket hit the stone, leaving behind a ripple gone so fast that nobody was left to watch it fade into the green moss of late July, while the radio plays an old tune low, and my tea grows cold beside the sink. I meant to mend the broken screen before the cricket seasons change, but time slipped right through my fingers like dry flour on the baking board. Old fence posts lean toward the south, while sweet peas tangle in the wire. Summer packs her trunk in heavy heat, leaving dust upon the porch swing chain. A yellow leaf fell on the paving brick just as the church clock struck at noon, reminding me of shoes I used to wear, walking down the gravel road to town. Before the bridge was washed away by that sudden flood 10 years ago, when the world felt wide and very steep. I meant to mend the broken screen before the cricket seasons change, but time slipped right through my fingers like dry flour on the baking board. Old fence posts lean toward the south, while sweet peas tangle in the wire. Summer packs her trunk in heavy heat, leaving dust upon the porch swing chain. Seasons turn without a warning knock. They simply open up the heavy door and leave their coats upon the wooden chair. So I will pull the curtains closed and watch the amber evening fall, knowing the earth has done its honest work until the stars come out to take its place. Copper button left by the jar, remembering winters when coats were heavy. It holds no thread now, sitting so still, while kitchen there turns quiet and steady. I polished it once with a woolly sleeve before the garden shed fell apart. Now sunlight travels across the board and touches corners inside my heart. Old seasons leave without slamming doors. They fold themselves into cedar chests. I watch the sparrows divide the lawn, where fading shadows are taking rests. The calendar hangs on a rusty nail, with autumn months that I never tore. My tea grows lukewarm beside the stove, while evening creeps through the pantry door. I trace the circle of metal rim and wonder who lost it on the floor, back when the hallway was loud with boots and children ran in to shake the door. Old seasons leave without slamming doors. They fold themselves into cedar chests. I watch the sparrows divide the lawn, where fading shadows are taking rests. The apple trees bear what they always must, without asking pardon from the ground. I gather patience from quiet things that speak so softly without a sound. The button stays where the morning fell, a tiny weight on the wooden grain, until the night pulls the curtains down and stars come out over window pane. turning saffron on the wire. We sit upon the cedar bench beside the quiet square. You tell me how the maples drop their leaves before the fire, and brush a bit of silver dust from off your woolen wear. Old men in caps remember when the trolley used to run. We watch the autumn shadows stretch beneath the setting sun. You ask me if the bakery still keeps the corner bright. I hand you half an apple as we settle for the night. A stranger with a leather bag of yellowed photographs begins to count the starlings as they gather in the pine. You lean against the wooden post and share a quiet laugh about the way the seasons change and cross the county line. Old men in caps remember when the trolley used to run. We watch the autumn shadows stretch beneath the setting sun. You ask me if the bakery still keeps the corner bright. I hand you half an apple as we settle for the night. Neither of us asks where the other has been. We just watch the river turning glass back to green. The bus is finally rolling down the valley to the bay. We wave our hands in silence and we go our separate ways. You said yesterday the plums were turning purple on the south wall. I walked out in slippers just to check. A single spider web was holding up the fence post, and the morning paper hadn't landed yet. The neighbor's chimney started breathing smoke of pale blue linen. A stray dog is sleeping on the mat. I counted 13 walnuts on the gravel driveway. Nobody tells you winter starts like that. Brass kettle singing softly on the iron stove. Dry leaves scratching down the concrete like a little note. Button up the heavy coat before the wind can bite. We will watch the shadows stretch across the porch tonight. Does not hurry when the garden goes to sleep. It saves the golden stories that the falling bells keep. The kettle stopped its whistling and the sun is overhead. I will go inside to tell you everything I read. The wool is coarse against my thumb, just like it was 40 years ago. A bit of lint from some old road, before our hair turned soft and white. We walked past fences painted green. The river carried autumn leaves away. You dropped your mitten in the dust and laughed until the sun went down. The maple shed its copper coins across the porch where beetles sleep. I traced the hem you stitched by hand when winter first began to bite. We shared a bench of peeling pine while railway clocks were ticking out of time. Your shoulder pressed against my coat before the world grew loud and wide. Seasons turn and take the heat, leaving shadows on the street. Yet this garment holds the chill of every promise standing still. The bench is empty in the rain. I fold the wool and go inside, closing doors against the dark, with your hand still in mine. A dried plum stone sits beside my tea. I forgot to throw it away last Tuesday when the wind was loud. It rolled across the yellow tray. The walnut trees dropped its crusty shell right where the garden path turns gray. I watched a sparrow test the chilly air and pack its heavy coat away. Oh, leaves are banking high against the barn door. Nothing stays green for long upon the hard floor. I button up my cardigan against the north wall while watching shadows lengthen in the drafty hall. My reading glasses slip down on my nose to watch the chimney smoke turn blue. The valley air smells sharp of frozen moss as autumn packs her bags for something new. I turn the brass knob on the kitchen stove to boil a little water for the night, before the stars come blinking through the pine and turn the hills to silver and to white. I sweep the walnut shells into my hand and leave the kitchen quiet and serene. The dark has settled down upon the garden gate, where summer used to be so bright and green. Milk bottles rattle on the steps at dawn, before the baker turns the corner square. Old friend, the winter coat is folded down, and mothballs heavy in the cedar chair. We watch the maples lose their velvet weight when autumn heavy-handed paved the lane. Now sparrow feathers crowd the garden slate, and window panes forget the needle rain. Remember how we counted chimney smoke to guess which hearth was burning cherry wood, before the telephone receiver broke and time became a thing that understood. Take up your cane and match my measured stride. The paving stones are dry enough to trust. We'll walk where garden lilacs open wide, and leave the parlor clock to gather dust. The corner grocer sweeps the sidewalk clean and hangs the open sign of bottle green. Old friend, the season turns without a sound and leaves us sitting safely on the ground. The smell of damp pine and wet wool fills the road as Arthur walks slow with his heavy wool load. He counts every fence post, he pauses at 3 to tip his old hat to the chestnut tree. The clover is turning from purple to brown, while leaves start their falling all over the town. A sparrow sits quiet on rusted tin wire and dreams of the heat from a parlor fire. Martha is sweeping the gravel apart. She listens so close to the beat of her heart. The valley is fading in gold and in gray before the first frost takes the color away. Seasons will turn like the pages of books. They hide in the corners and quiet old nooks, and nobody stops to ask where the time went when autumn arrives with its cedar and mint. So Arthur and Martha go inside to rest. The sun dips low down in the quietest west. They close up the shutters and bolt up the door, till winter walks softly across the plank floor. A sudden memory broke the empty room. A stray thought drifting through the falling dusk, about the porch board rotting in the damp, and how the autumn rusted out the pump. Old maples drop their amber on the tin. A stray cat picks a path across the wall. The weather turns without a word to say, and shadows stretch across the garden bed. The kitchen stove is radiating heat against the chill of early evening frost. A kettle starts to murmur on the ring, while daylight fades along the windowsill. Old maples drop their amber on the tin. A stray cat picks a path across the wall. The weather turns without a word to say, and shadows stretch across the garden bed. The cedar fences leaning toward the yard, where clover used to bloom before the cold. We watch the quiet landscape settle down and tuck our wool sweaters round our necks. The steam rises slow against the dark glass. Another day is buried in the hill. We lock the heavy wooden door tight shut and wait for winter to begin its reign. that drifted through the sleeping town. I found a rusted iron key inside a dried up pumpkin shell. It fits no lock I ever knew, nor any door I left to dwell. Old apples drop into the deep untended grass, while shadows lengthen till they touch the window glass. A sudden flock of starlings takes the fading light and leaves the orchard empty for the cooling night. The river water carries twigs from higher up the mountain bend. It never asks where it must go, nor where the chilly currents end. Old apples drop into the deep untended grass, while shadows lengthen till they touch the window glass. A sudden flock of starlings takes the fading light and leaves the orchard empty for the cooling night. I button up my wool coat against the porch rail and watch the chimney smoke blow thin and frail. Seasons do not linger when the weather shifts. They leave us only memories and snowy drifts. The kitchen clock ticks softly on the cedar wall. I bolt the heavy wooden door against the fall. Another year has turned its quiet golden page and settled safely into silent middle age. The weight of the chair on the wooden floor reminds me of pacing behind that door. You worried the autumn would stay too long and leave you without a familiar song. The map in your pocket had too much ink. You stayed up too late by the kitchen sink, expecting the winter to bring a sign to straighten the tangled and crooked line. Old letters are fading inside the drawer. We don't need to carry that doubt no more. The garden keeps growing despite the cold, and nothing is ruined, just getting old. I wish I could tell you the sky clears up above every bitter and broken cup. That fields of tall clover return in May to wash all the gray of the storm away. So rest your tired shoulders and breathe it in. The best of the story is yet to begin. Close up the window robin missed the fence today and clipped the top of the old pear tree, leaving a feather gray as winter clay to dance alone in the autumn wind free. I walked 3 steps toward the garden gate, forgetting why I held the pruning shear. The parsley bed has grown a bit too late, and October brings that quiet kind of fear. Old boots are drying by the cellar door, while pumpkin skins turn thin upon the lawn. We sweep the porch and wonder what is left, a silver spider web at early dawn. The cider press is resting in the shed, and shadows stretch across the garden bed. Leaves fall without a single word of spite. They touch the grass and settle into sleep. I turn the kitchen latch to lock the night and count the promises I swore to keep. We watch the turning of the maple tree and fold our sweaters for the coming cold. The kettle sings its steady melody as another quiet afternoon grows old. The smell of wood smoke drifts across the road, where old man Miller carries his heavy load. He stops to watch the maple leaves turn brown before the first cold wind comes blowing down. He counts the autumn geese flying far away, remembering the words his wife used to say. A red scarf tied around his weathered throat, he buttons up the collar of his winter coat. The walnut tree is shedding every shell. Across the gravel by the wishing well, a squirrel gathers riches for the freeze beneath the canopy of golden trees. He counts the autumn geese flying far away, remembering the words his wife used to say. A red scarf tied around his weathered throat, he buttons up the collar of his winter coat. Seasons turn like pages in a heavy book. He finds a quiet moment in a shady nook. The shadows stretch across the garden bed, shuts the wooden door to face the night. The stars appear above the chimney stack, and winter takes the world and holds it back. The screen door rattles twice against the frame before you step across the painted wood. We used to know each neighbor by their first name, and every autumn tasted just like it should. Put your heavy coat upon the pine tree chair. Look how fast the golden afternoon wears thin. Old friends gather when the maples start to shed leaves of copperland upon the garden bed. We talk about the winters that we managed through, with half a cup of coffee and a view. The chimney smoke is rising straight and gray across the roof where pigeons used to stay. We have outlived the timers on the kitchen stove, and every narrow path we used to rove. Reach into your pocket for the rusted key. Tell me what you harvested behind the tree. Old friends gather when the maples start to shed leaves of copperland upon the garden bed. We talk about the winters that we managed through, with half a cup of coffee and a view. Remember how the river flooded past the mill? We walked across the bridge and time stood still. Sit beside me till the street lamp starts to glow. We have nowhere else we need to go. Smell of toasted rye and clover tea brought back the porch in 1973. Old Mr. Vance was pruning back the vine, while copper kettles whistled out in line. I set the heavy grocery basket down upon the linoleum of this quiet town. Those dusty boots were standing by the door before the winter chill had claimed the floor. That heavy wool coat hung upon the nail beside the galvanized and rusted pail. A blue jay landed on garden fence, and time dissolved without a single sense of where the decades went or how they flew, when every single afternoon was new. The kettle settles down upon the stove, rebuilding walls and fences that we wove. The water cools inside the porcelain cup and brings those quiet golden summers up, until the evening shadows start to fall and leave a quiet peace upon the wall. A sudden memory broke the empty air while counting stitches on a rocking chair. I wondered how the maples look in June beneath a pale and lazy afternoon. We will be sitting on the weathered stone with all our heavy worries overthrown, and 50 years will feel like yesterday, when all the silver hair has turned to gray. We will watch the autumn swallows leave the wire, while the kettle settles softly on the fire, holding hands across the faded gingham cloth, watching shadows dance beside a painted moth. The granddaughter will bring the letters down from dusty boxes gathered in the town. She asks us how we managed through the cold before our hands began to shake and fold. And I will point toward the apple tree that grew so tall for you and me. We planted it the year the river froze, and watched it weather every wind that blows. That future day is waiting down the road to share the quiet and to lift the load. We have not reached the final autumn yet, and not a single summer to forget. You said yesterday the shadow reached the well an hour soon, and I forgot to wind the clock before the afternoon. Now the kitchen floor is cool beneath my wool socks, gray and warm, and a spider spins a silver bridge across the garden thorn. The walnut leaves are curling upward toward the turning sky, while wooden baskets wait beside the gate to stack the rye. A single sparrow tests the stillness on the cedar fence, and autumn gathers all the quiet fields in self-defense. A rusted bucket catches drops from underneath a broken spout, while neighbors fold their canvas chairs and lock their porches out. The laundry on the heavy line is stiffening in the chill, and heavy mist is settling low upon the western hill. The walnut leaves are curling upward toward the turning sky, while wooden baskets wait beside the gate to stack the rye. A single sparrow tests the stillness on the cedar fence, and autumn gathers all the quiet fields in self-defense. Seasons turn without a word to mark the day they start, just a heavier coat to wear and shadows on the chart. I pull the kitchen curtain shut against the early dark, and watch the dying chimney smoke dissolve without a spark. A dried persimmon seed sits right beside the clock. I turn it with my thumb and watch the second block. The autumn air is sharp enough to bite the skin. I wonder where the birds are going out again. Are getting heavy, reading through the news. I fold the daily paper, slipping off my shoes. Leaves are turning yellow in the quiet yard. Time is moving gently, but the ground is hard. Apples in the basket, waiting for the knife. Simple little moments make a quiet life. The shadow on the porch has stretched across the floor. I hear the neighbor's cat scratch lightly at the door. I never was a man who needed much to say. I let the quiet hours slowly slip away. Seasons change their color when the wind blows down the hill. Every passing year Simple little moments make a quiet life. The tea kettle is singing on the iron stove. I pour another cup of tea and watch the grove. The smell of burnt sugar lingers in the lane where old Mrs. Miller clears the window pane. She watches the chestnut trees begin to shed, laying heavy golden copper on the garden bed. He walks down the gravel with a measured pace, holding up an umbrella just in case. The valley is turning into shades of rust, while the gravel roads settle in the quiet dust. Old coats come out of cedar closets deep. The hillside falls into a sudden autumn sleep. No letters arrive upon the copper tray today, just leaves that the north wind likes to blow away. The church steeple catches the last slant of light, while kitchen stoves clatter for the coming night. Two neighbors are waving from across the stream, like characters moving through a fading dream. The chimney smoke rises straight up to the gray, and another fine season gently turns away. Which way did the wind blow past the well when the rusted bucket hit the stone, leaving behind a ripple gone so fast that nobody was left to watch it fade into the green moss of late July, while the radio plays an old tune low, and my tea grows cold beside the sink. I meant to mend the broken screen before the cricket seasons change, but time slipped right through my fingers like dry flour on the baking board. Old fence posts lean toward the south, while sweet peas tangle in the wire. Summer packs her trunk in heavy leaving dust upon the porch swing chain. A yellow leaf fell on the paving brick just as the church clock struck at noon, reminding me of shoes I used to wear. Walking down the gravel road to town, before the bridge was washed away by that sudden flood 10 years ago, when the world felt wide and very steep. I meant to mend the broken screen before the cricket seasons change, but time slipped right through my fingers like dry flour on the baking board. Old fence posts lean toward the south, while sweet peas tangle in the wire. Summer packs her trunk in heavy heat, leaving dust upon the porch swing chain. Seasons turn without a warning knock, they simply open up the heavy door and leave their coats upon the wooden chair. So I will pull the curtains closed and watch the amber evening fall, knowing the earth has done its honest work until the stars come out to take its place. Copper button left by the jar, remembering winters when coats were heavy. It holds no thread now, sitting so still, while kitchen there turns quiet and steady. I polished it once with a woolly sleeve before the garden shed fell apart. Now sunlight travels across the board and touches corners inside my heart. Old seasons leave without slamming doors, they fold themselves into cedar chests. I watch the sparrows divide the lawn, where fading shadows are taking rests. The calendar hangs on a rusty nail, with autumn months that I never tore. My tea grows lukewarm beside the stove, while evening creeps through the pantry door. I trace the circle of metal rim and wonder who lost it on the floor, back when the hallway was loud with boots and children ran in to shake the door. Old seasons leave without slamming doors, crows are taking rests. The apple trees bear what they always must. Without asking pardon from the ground, I gather patience from quiet things that speak so softly without a sound. The button stays where the morning fell, a tiny weight on the wooden grain, until the night pulls the curtains down and stars come out over window pane. The color of the light is turning saffron on the wire. We sit upon the cedar bench beside the quiet square. You tell me how the maples drop their leaves before the fire and brush a bit of silver dust from off your woolen wear. Old men in caps remember when the trolley used to run. We watched the autumn shadows stretch beneath the setting sun. You ask me if the bakery still keeps the corner bright. I hand you half an apple as we settle for the night. A stranger with a leather bag of yellowed photographs begins to count the starlings as they gather in the pine. You lean against the wooden post and share a quiet laugh about the way the seasons change and cross the county line. Old men in caps remember when the trolley used to run. We watch the autumn shadows stretch beneath the setting sun. You ask me if the bakery still keeps the corner bright. I hand you half an apple as we settle for the night. Neither of us asks where the other has been. We just watch the river turning glass back to green. The bus is finally rolling down the valley to the bay. We wave our hands in silence and we go our separate ways. You said yesterday the plums were turning purple on the south wall. I walked out and was holding up the fence post, and the morning paper hadn't landed yet. The neighbor's chimney started breathing smoke of pale blue linen. A stray dog is sleeping on the mat. I counted 13 walnuts on the gravel driveway. Nobody tells you winter starts like that. Old brass kettle singing softly on the iron stove. Dry leaves scratching down the concrete like a little note. Button up the heavy coat before the wind can bite. We will watch the shadows stretch across the porch tonight. Time does not hurry when the garden goes to sleep. It saves the golden stories that the falling apples keep. The kettle stopped its whistling and the sun is overhead. I will go inside to tell you everything I read. The wool is coarse against my thumb, just like it was 40 years ago. A bit of lint from some old road before our hair turned soft and white. We walked past fences painted green. The river carried autumn leaves away. You dropped your mitten in the dust and laughed until the sun went down. The maple shed its copper coins across the porch where beetles sleep. I traced the hem you stitched by hand when winter first began to bite. We shared a bench of peeling pine while railway clocks were ticking out of time. Your shoulder pressed against my coat before the world grew loud and wide. Seasons turn and take the heat, leaving shadows on the street. Yet this garment holds the chill of every promise standing still. The bench is empty in the rain. I fold the wool and go inside, closing doors against the dark, with your hand still in mine. A dried plum stone sits beside forgot to throw it away last Tuesday when the wind was loud. It rolled across the yellow tray. The walnut trees dropped its crusty shell right where the garden path turns gray. I watched a sparrow test the chilly air and pack its heavy coat away. Oh, leaves are banking high against the barn door. Nothing stays green for long upon the hard floor. I button up my cardigan against the north wall while watching shadows lengthen in the drafty hall. My reading glasses slip down on my nose to watch the chimney smoke turn blue. The valley air smells sharp of frozen moss as autumn packs her bags for something new. I turn the brass knob on the kitchen stove to boil a little water for the night before the stars come blinking through the pine and turn the hills to silver and to white. I sweep the walnut shells into my hand and leave the kitchen quiet and serene. The dark has settled down upon the garden gate where summer used to be so bright and green.